How's it going, everyone? Today's topic will be K1 Communion, Master Lost Sector as an Arc Titan. Champions are Barrier Overload with a Threat of Solar. The Threat of Solar actually does hurt this week, so make sure you have some Solar Resist on. To get to this Lost Sector, you're going to want to go to your destinations. On your map here, you'll see the icon for Lost Sector. It may change depending on what planet it's on. You're going to go to that location, look for the indicator. If there's a red indicator on that shows up under the name, it shows that you need to run the Lost Sector as a normal version. Go ahead and do that, and then once you complete that, you can run it on Master or Legend. So to do that, you just come down to this entrance, go down the pathway, run the Lost Sector as normal. It'll give you a good idea of where some of those mobs will spawn, so to help you get used to the timings and such. But when you come back out here, you can run it on Master and Legend. So make sure you just run it at least once. There is an overload of linear fusion, so if you have one that you really want to use, definitely run it. I'll be running Armamentarium with our extra grenade charge. We can spam out our arc grenades, take out overloads. With the grenade kickstart, should be keeping that thing active all day. We're using 2 arc siphons, so we're going to make sure we can cycle that. Your ammo finders, if you're running Centrifuse, which is what I'm going to be running for this run, then you don't really need to have a special ammo finder, as your Riptide won't have it. So what you can do is you can change this to Ashes to Assets. I would recommend, though, if you're using a rocket launcher, to keep heavy ammo finder. If you're not using a rocket launcher, then you can switch this to Ashes to Assets also. But again, change your mods depending on what your build looks like, what you're comfortable with for it. So focusing on survivability with our leg mods, and then we're going to be using resistance mods here to keep ourselves alive and durable, as we don't have all the external healing from our class. So weapons are Riptide's going to take care of Choke Clip and Choke Clip for us, which will do the overloads if our class ability isn't up. And then Centrifuge will do our anti-barrier, and then also blind targets, which will help keep us alive more also. And then your rocket launcher, you can run machine gun, you can run linear fusion, whatever your preference. I'm trying to rocket launcher with field prep to have more ammo. And then cloud cartridge, so I can have 2 in the chamber whenever I load it up. So you can make this, if you wanted, you can make this a boss spec mod or major spec mod if you're going to focus more on the champions. I'm going to use this as a major spec mod for this run, as I don't want to make sure that I'm using both of these for the champions, and then everything else I'll be using mainly my Centrifuge. So our build's going to be here. We're going to do Thunder Crash. You can run Fist of Havoc today. It actually would work out because everything's in a really tight corridor. So if you would like running Fist of Havoc, definitely run it. Your shield, your barricade is kind of depending on what your style is. Do you like to place a big towering barrier and then hide behind it and like in heavy combat, or do you like to set up a good spot where you can kind of sit back and shoot a little bit, use your weapons to the maximum effectiveness? I like to use towering barricade here, as I can place it in a doorway and just leave it, and that whole section can kind of be blocked off. So it kind of keeps me safe. And then for my melee, you can run Thundering Clap or Thunderclap if you're using an exotic that will match up with it. Definitely run it. But I'm going to try using Seismic Strike here to see if I can get some nice blinds to keep myself, again, alive with everything close quarters. So Pulse Grenade is going to pair up with our Spark of Shock, Spark of Magnitude, and then Spark of Ions, and then our Spark of Resistance is to keep us alive. Because, definitely if you're going for Flawless, you want to be alive as long as you can. So definitely use Touch of Thunder, Knockout. The only 2 options here. The only 2 options here is the other one is kind of a melee one, or it's kind of a PvP one. So make sure you use Knockout here. Defending targets will start your health regen and make you amplified. So make sure you're using melees if you need to get yourself your health regen back, because you don't really have the most recovery, as you want to be stacking resilience and discipline. So enough about the build. I'll just go ahead and get in here. We can get it going. I appreciate all the support, like and subscribes that are about enough. You guys are just growing everything by the day. You guys are amazing. I appreciate all the support. Put comments below, any suggestions, recommendations, or let me know how I'm doing or if I'm doing awful. Always feedback is appreciated. Okay, so don't ruin your flawless run by jumping into the hole. That would be a bad day. You're gonna have 3 mobs here to the left. I would recommend Grenade 1 if you're running the same exotic. And then look for the overload. You can either focus the overload early, or, which is right here, so you can either focus him right away, or if you wanted, you can wait for him to be more available, or you can wait for the barrier to show up, as he can sometimes get immune at the wrong time and you're kind of stuck with the overload and the barrier. So either focus him early, or wait for the barrier to come down, focus the barrier, and then get on the overload. So we have nothing but the barrier left. I'm gonna see if I can get him to, yep, barrier there. We're gonna see if we can shoulder charge, and then we're gonna focus on centrifuge here. So when we think the barrier's gonna happen, we're gonna stop shooting a little bit, so we make sure we have ammo. Probably should have reloaded a little earlier, or ran a little more. Because the centrifuge just runs in circles, it reloads your gun. So whenever you think make sure you prep for the barrier, right? If you know you're not gonna kill it early enough before the barrier comes up again, just wait, play it safe, and then destroy the barrier. So now your biggest threat is gonna be, when you open this door, is gonna be an overload to the bottom here. So put your barrier up, grenade the barrier, or grenade the overload, and then just focus on it. 2 rockets should be enough with a grenade. And then you should be able to move on to the next thing, which is going to be a barrier champion on your left. So if you're running Centrifuse, make sure you kind of stay in a medium range. Don't try to use it as a sniper. It's not a sniper. So make sure you're using it just the way it's designed, which is close, kind of medium to close range, so you can get the maximum effectiveness and also easier to aim. And then make sure you're moving. The hardest thing with this gun is actually resisting the urge to reload and just run around more, because I keep wanting to reload when I shouldn't be. He's gonna be low enough. Yep, there's barrier. Grenade. We're gonna charge. I didn't want to do that, did I? Dang. I didn't realize he would actually blast that far. That was actually crazy. But I didn't realize he was gonna just fly off like that, but alright. So focus the barrier here. Once you do a little bit of damage, he's gonna want to put his barrier up. There you go. Reload. I'm saving my super for the 2 overloads that are in the next pack. I just missed my grenade again. This is a great showing. Oh, I'm not gonna have ammo. There we go. Yup. Okay, so we have 2 barriers now, because I knocked him in sky high. Let's just make sure I can get a running start here, so I can have my knockout thing ready to go. There we are. Okay, let's get over here to the left. Find the barrier. Come on, dude. Where are you? See if I can. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna stun him. I'm gonna freeze him, and that way I can attack everything else. Because I can't defeat anything else when he's shielding him. So what you can do is you can chill clip him, not damage him, and then everything else will become fragile around, so you can target it. So if you have anything that's like a big threat, like say he has an overload, use chill clip on it, which I'll show you here. Ready? 1, 2. So he's now frozen, and these guys are free. Right? So now I can DPS them and then go back to this dude. Okay, we're gonna do this, and then grenade him. I'm just gonna use my Centrifuse, as I want to save my 2 shots for later. Okay, chill clip, execute. Got a little messy there. Apologize for the little bit of messiness, but for some reason I charged him all the way back to the other world. So look for any ammo you need, and then move on to the next zone. You're gonna have 2 mobs here to the left, 1 grenade to take care of both. And then this is where the tricky part is, I would say, is you have an overload here. If you can go in here and you can get them both stunned early, you can wreck them fast. If you wait, they're gonna run in. So you don't want to be, you want to make sure you get them out here, and then get them stacked up together so you can ult them together. Or else you kind of, because what's gonna happen is one guy here is gonna jump inside this room, and then you have to deal with one, and you have to deal with the other. If you rush in with your grenade ready, you can get them both stunned and then thunder crash them and knock them both out, and it makes it real smooth. Pick up any ammo we need. Grenade the mobs on the right. Charge these guys. Melee them so I can get my health back. Free glimmer. Now you have to deal with an overload here to the left. We're gonna shield where we're not DPSing. We're just gonna do as much damage as we can to the overload here. Fusion rifles. Monster damage. Got a melee so we get our recovery. Then we're gonna deal with an overload in the bottom. The overload will sometimes be at the bottom or it'll be at the top, so don't expect them to be in one location. So he'll be either down there or he'll be up top. So just make sure you're on top of the stairs. Make sure you're ready for him. There is no rush to kill any of this stuff because you have to kill everything before the boss will spawn. So just take bombs, find all the mobs. Armamentarium, like our grenade is just up all the time. That thing is just crazy. You may not even need Riptide. How close everything's stacked together. But I like to run it just as a like a hey, I don't have a grenade up, oh crap moment. Guy doesn't do any damage to you. This guy does do fire, so if you ever fire resist, good. And then what's gonna happen is after you kill him, all the lights go red, and you're like, aliens? What's happening? Means the boss is spawning. He's gonna run out here. He's gonna go around the left side. So what you want to do is just keep DPSing him. Every time you hit him with a big chunk, he's gonna keep moving left. So he won't come right to you, right? He's gonna keep going left side. So I'm just get a big chunk on him. Come on, chunk. I missed him. He missed my shots. But he's gonna keep going left here. So you just gotta sit here behind your barrier, shoot him all you want. I just put myself in a weird situation there. Get a grenade out so I can chunk him so he can go left because he's bothering me. There you go. Now he's going left. I missed 2 rockets, so it didn't really help out my situation. Now we just work our way around. We focus the 2 barriers, so we have 1 barrier here. Other barrier is gonna spawn when he gets over here to the corner. So whenever you're ready, you want to nuke. Missing my bullets. I wanted to get my chill clip active here. Chill clip active, so now I can destroy everything around, because that's what the biggest threat's gonna be. Okay, definitely gotta hide. Pick up my orb here, take out the top guy. Punch. That didn't work at all. There you are. Hello, you came to me. That was really dumb of you. Why would you? That was weird that he came to me. Punch, punch, punch. And execute. Usually they run away. That was strange that he ran at me. We're DPS the boss, so he moves around the room. Killing all the shanks. They do arc damage, he does fire damage. There we go, now he's moving around. We're in a good spot. Keep moving and grooving. Saving my super for when he gets really low. You can use it more than I do, but I was just saving it so he got really low, then I can finish it off. And then I'll use it on the barrier also, so we should be able to pair it up really nicely with all that. Come on, dude, give me a grenade back. I need to cycle my stiff. There we are, grenades up, biotic traces. Gimme, gimme. Gonna run around here, see if I can get me a good old punch. Okay, so we have the barrier. Now we're looking, I'm gonna freeze it, and then I'm gonna focus it. There we go, now I can focus the barrier all I want. There we are, hello. Waiting for the barrier to go up, perfect. Grenade, finish this off real quick. Look for the circle above the head, which means we can execute. Now the boss is gonna die here, so I'm just gonna thunder crash him to the face. Oh, I missed. It's okay, I'm Superman. And then you're done. The only thing you have the big threat at the end here is going to be the exploding shanks that spawn in the corner. They will mess you up. As long as you grenade or blow up one, they'll blow up the others. So just blow up one, blow up the other, and you're done. You don't need to wait for to kill every mob that spawns for your platinum. Just go and stop the timer, come over here, door will open, and you're good to go. As long as you kill all champions and the boss, you'll get your platinum completion or flawless. So make sure you just do everything there, and then you'll get you have a chance of getting your exotic there. So hope this helps. You can do a faster run than I did. I'm not the Titan perfectionist. You guys are way better than me at Titan, so use your skills. You guys got it. Use a really good exotic. I do recommend the Centrifuse did really well there. Rockets did pretty well there. And then Armamentarium actually did pretty decent too. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments below, recommendations or anything. I always appreciate feedback. Like and subscribe. Stream on twitch.tv/ClipicPrime. And as always, I hope you have a fantastic day.